My breath is short, my feet are sore. The sun may burn, the sun may shine. Now, the sun he hides. Drown the fish and broke its neck, fry your fish, the fish at its best, fishy eyes and fishy brains. So, from the beginning, the sun sets out across the skies. He loses his way, to the forge he flies. Kuttenberg is far, far away. Kuttenberg is far, here I'll stay. My breath is short, my feet are sore. I'd buy a horse, but I am poor. The sun may burn, the sun may shine, but you will not wither, darling mine. Now, for the last time. The sun he hides behind a cloud. His heat goes cold and his fire goes out. He drowned the fish and broke its neck, threw it down upon the deck. Fry your fish, the fish head's best, fishy thighs and fishy breast. So, from the beginning,
God be with you.
What about the crown? Is it finished?
I seem to recall telling you exactly when the crown will be finished, and that time isn't yet.
Hey, Goodman. A word with you.
Good day to you.
What do you want here, eh? This is my room.
I'll slaughter you!
The best you can do.
Blood will be spilled.
God be with you.
Now I'm quite...
Then tell me.
That chap...
Well, there we are.
Maybe, but that...
Twice?
You'll have to ask him. My breath is short, my feet are sore. I'd buy a horse, but I am poor.
Yes, that would be about it. What do you mean?
It was long enough.
So go right.
Now I'm...
Then tell me.
That...
Well, there we...
Maybe.
Twice?
You'll have to ask him then. My breath is short, my feet are sore. I'd buy a...
Yes, that would...
The sun is high, the breath is...
What do you mean you don't?
It was long enough.
So go right. I see a thief. Go on. My God!
I see a thief! Guard! Thief! Here! Don't let them get away! Somebody help!
You, stop right where you are. Surrender!
Hey, you! Halt!
Help! Come here, quick! Move on!
Hey, you!
For God's sake! Over there!
Over here! Quick!
weapon. That's forbidden here. Put it away immediately, or I'll call the guard and he'll soon teach you manners.
Kuttenberg is far, far away. Kuttenberg is far, here I'll stay. My breath is short, my feet are sore. I'd buy a horse, but I am poor. The sun may burn, the sun may shine, but you will not wither, darling mine. Now, for the last time. The sun, he hides behind a cloud. His heat goes cold and his fire goes out. He drowned the fish and broke its neck, threw it down upon the deck. Fry your fish, the fish head's best, fishy thighs and fishy breast.
I'm honored that a knight such as you takes an interest.
The lady...
Through we had an inch. It's like the
Lady Sta...
look. We've and oh, if I evident.
Who's there? What have we got here? Entertainment. Great. Hey! All of you, gather here! Raise the alarm! To arms! Get over here!
Another one that's going to be taking food out of our mouths. Back trouble?
What the hell?
Johanka?
Henry?
I'm glad to see you.
Me too. I heard that you're doing well.
Well, that depends.
You're alive. So you're doing well.
What's happening here? Oh my god. Philip and... they're all...
Yes. Where do you think the wounded ended up?
Actually, I had no idea.
Well, now you know. Me and Nicodemus have been trying to keep things under control since Skalitz was raised. Just the two of us.
Can I help at all?
Certainly. We can always use... And it's been like that since the beginning.
I was in a bad way myself back then. They took me to Ratai unconscious, and I needed a healer. How's everyone?
Holding up. People here are dying. Usually needlessly, and I can't do anything about it. We don't have enough food or space or anyone who's willing to help us.
Why is there a guard outside?
He's here because of me.
Because of you?
Yes. There was one time I just had enough of it all. Of the way they treat us, and I almost slapped one of... But that doesn't matter.
Doesn't anyone help you with...
Scholars, maybe. But they leave the healing up to God. Nicodemus is trying, but everything he knows is from his books.
Can I have a look at them myself?
Do you now? And what would you do if you burnt yourself at the fort?
First, you have to cool it down with water. Marigold ointment helps, and it's better if you don't bind it and let it breathe.
You do know what you're talking about. Looks like blacksmiths know about more than just pulling teeth.
Pulling teeth? Nothing to it. As long as you don't squeeze the pincers too hard and crush them.
Well, go and see if anyone needs anything. Just don't go pulling anyone's teeth.
Doesn't the monastery...
They give us some food for them and a place to sleep. But I wouldn't say they help exactly. More like they just tolerate us.
Do you have enough food?
Enough to survive, maybe. But convalescents need feeding up.
Maybe if I brought some meat, some game, that would strengthen them up.
That would be a great help.
Anything else?
Look around.
Well, it is a little...
Crowded. I've had to leave some of the sick lying in the open air, even at night. And have you seen what they're lying on?
I'll try...
I tried that, out loud. They just nod their heads, but don't move a muscle.
Very well. All right, that's all I...
Look, Henry, I know I can speak harshly. Last week Bohuslav died. Maybe you knew we desperately need...
I'll do whatever's in my power. Tell me more about it. All right.
What are you...
Everything here is fine?
Christ above! I can't get a wink of sleep.
What are you making such a fuss about?
A fuss? Because of my leg, I have to stay here for at least another week. Hurts like fuck. And with everyone else moaning and groaning all night, I can't get any sleep.
Maybe I can make you something to help you sleep.
Oh, then for God's sake, do it quickly.
He just needs to sleep. Philip, from Skalitz. I don't see any wounds, but he's shaking terribly. He's not reacting. But all I can see that's wrong with him is his leg. I have to ask Johanka. His wounds have been well taken care of.
Huh? Where? What's happening?
You look all right?
Mostly, but my leg still hurts.
Did the humans wound you?
That's what I tell the ladies. Truth is, I did myself a mischief while I was running away.
And do they rebandage it for you?
Occasionally. They told me they don't have enough bandages.
Well, that's no use. Those bandages need changing. I've got bandages, so I can take care of it.
Wonderful. Could you tell Brother Nicodemus?
I can do it myself.
I thought you were a blacksmith.
A long time ago. But unfortunately, I've had to learn a thing or two about the art of medicine since then.
Well, fine then. Huh? Shit. What's going on?
How are you feeling?
Good. It feels clean. Hope it helps.
It will. Tell them to rebandage you daily. You have the bandages here.
Thank you very much, Henry.
Don't mention it.
What do you want?
You're not from Skalitz?
No, but please help me. I can't stay here.
What happened to you?
I was working on the building when the scaffolding up by the roof collapsed underneath me.
Well, and you're very lucky you survived at all.
Yes, that's what everyone tells me. But it's no use being alive if all I can do is lie here like a wet sack of barley.
What's the problem?
I have a family.
Greetings, Henry.
I'm poor. It's only thanks to the building work that we can survive. And the master told me if I don't come back in a few days, then I shouldn't come back at all. And where can me and my wife go then? Who'll take us in?
Henry.
We'll end up living in the woods, where any bandit or ruffian can set on us.
Well, you're pretty battered, but I don't see anything that a few weeks' rest can't fix.
Weeks? My God, I have to get back to work sooner than that.
Is there anything I can do to help? It looks like they took care of your wounds.
When I was little, my father got trampled on by a horse, and an old hag from the village gave him some kind of purple herbs for it. And he got better very quickly.
And do you remember what the herbs were?
I don't. But there's supposed to be the whole cursed knowledge of the world in this place. Something has to be written about it. A herbarium, anything.
I'll try to find something.
Thank you. Thank you.
He'll be able to get out of this on his own. And who are you?
Brother Elias.
What do you do here?
What I can. I'm just trying to help the Skalitz locals as much as I can.
Do you know anything about healing?
A little. I can manage the basics, but without Brother Nicodemus, I'd never be able to deal with the more difficult cases.
Thank you. He'll be able to get out of this on his own. He just needs to sleep. One of the sick men, Semek, is complaining about pain and the fact he can't work. He says he...
Semek? Is he one of our people?
No, he's a construction worker. He's bruised and confined to...
Henry, for God's sake, our neighbours are dying here. Your friends. There isn't time to waste on some construction worker's bruises. Oh, honestly, what were you thinking?
Listen, all I need to find out is the name of a herb.
Then go and look it up in a book. You've got your own herbarium, haven't you?
What's wrong with that man by the altar? He doesn't look wounded, but he's really pale and doesn't react at all.
He had a broken leg. A bad one. The bone had come right through the skin. We tried to straighten it, but I don't know if we did it right. I'm not holding out much hope for him. I've seen folk in that state before, and it didn't end well.
My God, there has to be something we can do.
And what do you suggest? The monks won't help, and I don't know anyone else who can.
Well, I can try. I'll straighten his leg.
You?
Unfortunately, I've had occasion to try this sort of thing before. You have to place the bones as precisely as you can next to each other. It's hard, but you have to ignore any screams of pain. That's the only way to help him.
Well, fine. Try it then.
What happened to Philip?
Poor man. There was nothing wrong with him, and now he's getting worse every day.
But do you know why?
Maybe. He didn't run away from Skalitz, you see. He hid for days, among the corpses. If he got poisoned.
But what can we do?
Us? Nothing. Only Father Simon might have been able to save him. He knew a lot about poisons.
And where is he?
You know he left Skalitz years ago.
And does anyone know where he ended up?
If you believe the stories about a wild man in the woods, then Rovnar is the place to go.
Are you holding him firmly?
Aye.
Done.
What is it?
God save Henry. God be with you, Henry.
You're the one who's in charge of the wounded.
Yes, I'm the infirmarius here. Time was I only had a few elderly monks who couldn't walk to take care of. Now I have this mess to deal with.
Monks so old they can't hold themselves up with their own legs.
Oh, if that were the only bodily function they could control. But I shouldn't talk like that. It's a blessing to live to such an age.
Why are they so badly provided for? People are crammed in next to each other, and some have to sleep outside. That can't be good for them. It gets freezing here at night.
I can't afford anything more for them.
How is that possible? You're the infirmarius. You decide how all the money gets spent.
But I have no say in how much money I'm given. And because the abbot's away, it's still the same amount I had when I was taking care of a few old men.
And the local custodian? His crew has enough provisions.
I tried him, but it seems he had some disagreement with Johanka, and now he won't give us anything.
I Can't believe your conscience lets you leave the Skalitz locals in such a state.
I know. I'm ashamed. But my brothers believe it's all in God's hands now.
Even so.
You're not the only.
Do you know anything about her?
I'm not an expert.
Well, one of the workers who was injured during construction would... He mentioned some...
Herbs.
Oh, purple herbs that should help.
I couldn't tell you off the top of my head, but you can have a look in the herbarium here. There won't be too many purple herbs for bruises and sprains.
How about some potions?
Certainly.
Reliable?
Some of the brothers, and sometimes that's the only way to get one. I'll show you.
Thanks. I'd like to look... A bit of everything.
Can you now? But to be more precise...
To be honest...
So what am I supposed to do? Well, never mind. Go to the herb garden, take a good look at what's growing there.
Clear.
Not so fast. Have I even told you what I consider a weed? It's dandelions. Those plants have their use, but they've no business growing among the euphrasia and the mentha, or anywhere else in that garden for that matter.
I see.
Once you've cleared the garden of weeds, come back. And woe betide you if you pull up anything but weeds.
Don't worry, you've never had it.
It's done.
Did you weed the beds and leave what should be growing there?
Not a leaf wait.
I'm glad to hear it. I'm going to check.
Jesus!
I've been sent here from Talmberg.
Gotta be the master builder.
It has to do with...
Ah, then that's a matter of supply. You'll want to talk... His study's right above...
Can I take a look?
What's got into you, boy? The grounds inside the monastery belong to the...
I hope they leave soon.
Were you satisfied?
You said it was finished, but I took a look at it. Try again and do better.
How do I know which...
You see, this is the part where you learn something. Look in the herbarium to find out what...
I see.
Just my luck to get stuck here with all the cripples. Me.
Greetings, Henry.
Don't move a finger. Surrender! You're under arrest for breaking the law.
good. Hey, you! Don't move a muscle. No! Surrender! You've committed a violation. You're under arrest.
Someone's just been killed.
Wipe my arse with you. Stop right where you are. Don't move a finger.
Lily liver.
Surrender! You're under arrest for breaking the law.
Gone weak at the knees, have you? Bring it on. Bring it on.
God, help! There! Someone has been killed! Christ almighty! God, help!
You!
There!
Don't move a muscle! You stop right where you are! Surrender! You've committed a crime and I'm arresting you!